Hello and welcome to BQ Prime. A very good morning to all the viewers. I am Hira Dadia. You're watching Stocks in Focus with mid caps and small caps that continue to remain in focus amongst investors. One such company is Vascon Engineers, where the stock has actually more than doubled in the last 6 months. Let's understand from the management as to what are the key triggers that are leading to this outperformance and what's in store from here on. Joining us is Siddharth Vasudevan, Managing Director at Vascon Engineers. Siddharth, good morning and welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good morning and thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure to speak to you. Siddharth, overall, I think the last time when we spoke around as well, clearly the target was 4,000 odd crores in terms of order book by the end of the fiscal. Currently at the run rate that you are seeing, is that something which is achievable, or you think you'll be able to surpass that and there could be a revision?
So we will definitely be very close to the 4,000 crore mark. We're quite optimistic about few of the orders that we have bid for, even though we have to come L1 and get these orders. But I'm very confident that we will get there.
Right. So currently, what's the order book looking like and how far are we from the 4,000 number?
So currently, the order book is around 2,400 crores, 2,450 crores is where we are right now. And this is also because of the 3 orders that we bagged recently, which is the Bihar hospital, which is approximately 600 crores. We have a police housing that was given to us by PMRDA, which is approximately 100 crores, and a police housing coming from the police department in Pune for around 348 crores.
Okay. And out of this, what percentage continues to remain from government projects?
So, like last time, we are at around 75 to 77% when it comes to government projects. And even going forward, the order intake, we're predominantly bidding for government projects. So I foresee that this number will be constant towards the year when we get to our target.
Right. Siddharth, overall, what's the kind of the revenue translation out of this 5,000 crores, 4,000 odd crores in FY24 itself?
So this year, of course, most of these jobs, once we get them, it takes between 3 and 6 months for work to start on site. This is predominantly because of the paperwork and the back-end work that happens with the client. So this year we will not execute much of these orders that we get, but in FY24 on a thumb rule basis, we end up executing around 30 to 35% of our current order book. So we'll be executing around 1,000 crores plus just from the EPC segment.
Okay. So that's the target from EPC. How is real estate looking like?
Yeah, so real estate, of course, we will be launching Santa Cruz. We will be launching Powai in Mumbai. We have a couple of launches that are lined up in Pune as well. The challenge in real estate, of course, is that because we follow the completion method, so these numbers will come into our balance sheet only between 24 and 36 months from now. So, even though the execution will happen in 23-24, even though our sales will happen in 23-24, but the revenue will be recognized only in 25.
So would it be right to say that around 150-200 odd crores continues to remain the number in FY24 as well in terms of revenue from real estate?
Yes, that would be a fair statement.
Okay. And then once these new projects are recognized, how much contribution in terms of revenues are you seeing from real estate in FY25 and FY26, taking into consideration the majority projects that are coming in?
So our launches are almost to the extent of 2 million square feet. How much we will not want to sell the entire 2 million square feet upfront for strategic purposes, because if there is any escalation in cost of raw materials, then we can't go back to our clients for escalation. So we will hold certain inventories till the end and monetize that towards towards the end as a strategy itself. But having said that, we anticipate that at least 70 to 75% of this will be sold.
Okay. And in terms of the pipeline with regards to real estate as well, what areas and regions are you focusing on?
So our home base, of course, is Pune. So this is our bread and butter area. We're looking at predominantly the east side of Pune. But we've also expanded into Coimbatore. We already have an ongoing project in Coimbatore that's more than 2/3 sold. And we are also looking for joint ventures, and we're actively pursuing joint ventures in Coimbatore as well.
Okay. And overall, apart from that, GMP Technical Solutions, which is 85% subsidiary of Vascon, clearly there were plans to divest that business. What's the status of that?
So we haven't, like I told you last time as well, we're looking at it in an opportunistic way. And in the meanwhile, we're also growing the company. So we've just inaugurated our fourth manufacturing unit in Mohali. This augments us with a top line revenue of approximately 120 crores a year once it's fully operational. So, we're bullish on it, and we will continue to grow it till we get the right investor for it.
Okay. So overall, what's the contribution right now to revenues, and what's the valuation that you're looking at in terms of divestment?
So last year, GMP did approximately 240 or 250 crores as their annual turnover. That's what we got from them. This year we'll be looking at least 20% more coming from that.
Okay. And from the bank guarantee perspective, you were looking at increasing that number as well. Where does it stand now?
So between the last time we spoke and today, we've actually tied the 50 crore portion that was untied from Karnataka Bank. So in the EPC business, a 50 crore tie-up gives us around the opportunity to bid for another 500 crores on this. Our lead bankers are SBI, and our assessments are due in end of October, early November. And we have asked them to increase our limits by 150 crores. And they seem to be quite positive about it as well. So that is where we stand on the bank guarantee.
And by when do you expect it to be increased to 150 odd crores?
So they'll have their assessment in November. And typically that's what will happen. And we have also proactively been speaking to other banks to ensure that once the enhancement happens, this portion is tied up very quickly.
And the other thing I wanted to check with you, Siddharth, is from a revenue and margin and profitability perspective. If you see the first quarter numbers, around 200 odd crores is the top line, margins of around 7.1, which had seen a slight dip, and a profit number of around 11 to 12 odd crores. Now, if you have to see FY24 as a year, will it be a similar run rate, or do you think it will be higher from an execution perspective, taking into consideration that we are aiming at a 4,000 crore order book?
Yes, so generally Q1 is the most challenging quarter that we face because of the monsoons and because work does not happen at the same pace on site. Now this moves on to a bit of Q2 as well, with the rains extending into September. But going forward, the drier months of the season, that is where we really pick up. And if you see even our last year's performance, our highest revenues have come in Q3 and Q4. So I think that trend will continue this year as well.
Okay, so what's the growth you're looking at in terms of 24 then?
So this year as well, we will end up, say, 20% higher compared to last year.
Right.
Is where we...
Right. So that's with regards to the overall business as well. Thank you, Siddharth, so much for joining us on the show. A 20% growth in terms of FY24, that could be eyed. and pretty close to the 4,000 crore order book is what they continue to aim for as well. So that's the management of Vascon, and clearly 130% up move is what we've seen on the stock in the last 6 months. That's all that we have on this session. Thanks for watching, and lots more lined up on the other side. Please stay tuned to BQ Prime.